Hello, I'm Ian, Somerset News Network. This video is brought to you under Article 9 of the Bill of Rights. Free speech and debate or proceedings in Parliament cannot be questioned in any place outside of Parliament. That's roughly what it says. So we have the right of free speech. I've already gone into the little law that splits it up, so we've all got it. So this video is made under the right of free speech and debate under the Bill of Rights, 1689. There was a court case yesterday, and the question was, what is a woman? The Scottish group of women took the court case, went right the way up to the Supreme Court. They ruled that a woman is biologically a woman. We all know that. It's logic. It's basic fact. But these transgender, woke, liberal tarts are telling us that we got it wrong. There's been a man and a woman for 400,000 years plus. The Bible said that God made man in his image. He took a rib off the man and made woman. So God made man and he made woman, male and female. Now we find there's over 75 different genders. Not according to this court case. There's now only two, male and female. I said in my last video, a school kid said that there was two sexes, and he was expelled from school for being transphobic. How crazy can you get? The child stated a biological fact, and the court yesterday has agreed with the ladies from Scotland. They want safe spaces for women. They don't want men in female sports. They don't want men in female changing rooms. They don't want men in ladies' toilets. A transgender man is not a biological woman. Even if he have his parts cut off, his DNA is still male. Now, if you want to live as a woman, or if you want to have your parts come off and think you're a woman, that's entirely up to you. Not worried about that. But I don't want men in a dress where my wife, my daughters and my granddaughters are going to the toilet. I want them to have a safe space. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with trying to protect your loved ones? But this woke ideology has been thrust down our throats. Even the police are changing the law to put people in prison, arresting them. Some of them aren't convicted, not even taken to court. But they're investigated by the police, and I think the process of being investigation for speaking the truth and speaking your mind is the punishment. It's so you think, oh, I can't say that. Well, why can't you say it? As long as you're not defamatory or lying, then what's the problem? If you state a biological fact that there are two sexes, why should I have a policeman at my door telling me that it's a hate crime? Or even now, malicious communication comes in. I googled paedophile flag. What came up on the top of the list? The pride flag. So I linked paedophilia with the pride flag. Purely legit. Purely logical. But a 6-month police investigation for malicious communications. So I'm breaking the law telling you this. But I got the Bill of Rights to back me up. I'm having freedom of speech and I'm having a debate. Because you can put a comment below and explain why I'm wrong. Now, the woke world mainstream media are getting every trans activist they can to explain why the court case yesterday was wrong. It's funny to watch. You know, they can't accept reality. And the reality is a woman is an adult human female. Even that's transphobic now. If you want to live as a woman, that's entirely up to you. But you're not a real woman. You're a man sort of playing at being a woman. You know, absolutely craziness. Now, I done a little bit of psychology when I was in youth work. I was in youth work part-time in the evenings for 10 years. And we did a little bit on psychology. I'm not going to say I'm an expert. But we talked about sexual matters, what the kids might ask us, how we would respond to it. And we had psychologists and doctors to back us up if we needed help. And if a boy thinks he's a girl, it was explained to us that was psychological. It wasn't a medical condition. They now call it gender dysphoria. I believe that's a made-up term, like global warming. It's a made-up concept. So gender dysphoria is a made-up concept. It's a psychological condition. But if you think that way, that's up to you. That's your right to think like that. But don't tell me that it's, you're in the wrong body. You think you're in the wrong body. It's psychological. That's why this court case has come out and said a female is a biological female. Or I should say a woman is a biological female. Therefore a man is a biological male. You'll get everybody now, all the woke, saying, oh, you can't say that. That's transphobic, No, it isn't. I haven't got a fear of transsexuals, which is what a phobia is. It's a fear of something. Because you disagree with something, or you don't like something, it is not a phobia. People have a phobia about spiders. They have a phobia about enclosed spaces. I know when I was in the civil service, we had 17 floors. And there was one bloke that would always walk up the stairs. And he would always walk down the stairs. Anyway, I had a chat with him. I said, why don't you take the lift? I got phobia. He had a phobia of small, confined spaces. So he took the stairs. You know, people have got a phobia of the outside and they stay in their homes. I have not got a fear about transgenders. I am not phobic about them one iota. I don't see them as a threat, and I'm not frightened of them. So it's not a phobia. I'm not transphobic. You can't be transphobic unless you are frightened of them, like you're frightened of a mouse or frightened of a spider. We have to get back to logical, basic speech. And I'm good at that. Basic speech. That's what I do. I try and understand what the law is and what we have, and the rights and liberties that we have. But this new woke world is trying to turn the rights and liberties upside down, telling you you can't say it, you haven't got a right, that's a hate crime, that's transphobic. You know, without actually thinking what people are saying. They're saying that Tommy Robinson, because he's speaking about Muslim rape gangs in our cities, that he's Islamic phobic. It's Islamic phobia. No, it's not. He's making a factual comment that is true. He is trying to save girls. He's trying to save kids. And you've got to admire him for that. Now, we have got to stand up for women. We have got to tell the world that all this transphobia, woke politics is wrong. Basic rights and freedoms is ours. 99% of the population believe what I do. But you've got this woke world, oh, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't do that, get the police at your door. Police shouldn't have anything to do with it. If you say something against somebody, it's a civil matter, not a criminal matter. And the police should advise the people that they should see a solicitor and take me to court. Anyway, I've said enough. Bye bye for now.